Welcome back, everyone, to the Yamaha YZ426F. Getting pretty close to being done. It's coming out really nice. I'm going to pull the carb off today, rebuild it. I'm not going to video pulling the carb off. Pretty simple process. I did get just about all the parts in the mail that I ordered, so I wanted to do the unboxing of all that stuff and show you guys what I got in for parts. So let's get to it. All right, let's see what we got here. And the first box is, all right, so this is a carburetor kit from Moose Racing. And I'm not sure if this is the lower kit for the bowl. There's two kits that came with that go with this carburetor. So that's the first one. And the second kit, I think, is inside of here. Of course, they gave me this massive box for just this. Which is pretty funny. And this is the upper kit right here. So this is what they call the mid-body kit. So this carburetor takes two kits. This is the float bowl kit and then the mid-body kit. And there's also an upper kit as well, which I didn't get. Hopefully I don't need it. Let's see what's in here. All right, so this is the throttle tube for the twist throttle. The one on the bike is all broken. And when I end up putting it, if I didn't change it out and I put a grip on there, it would end up catching on the bar, and I don't think it would turn very well. So this is a Motion Pro throttle grip. I think this was like $9 or $10 or something like that. Not a lot of money. There's the part number for anyone who's interested. And let's see what else we got. Get that out of there. We got this guy here. And these are the new grips that I picked up. I went with blue and black. These are just cheap grips. They are Pro Taper grips. You can see that. Not too bad. They'll match the handlebars. They're the same color as the handlebars, so they'll be all right. They weren't expensive either. I don't think these were more than 12 bucks or something like that. What else do we get here? These are the breakaway levers that I picked up for the bike, and again, the color blue will match, and these are actually really nice. They're made out of aluminum, and this looks to me like it's almost got a hard coating on it, which is pretty cool. Pretty nice. And you can see how they're made to break away, so when you fall you don't bend them. That's the brake lever. No, that's the clutch. Not sure which one's which. I think that might be the clutch and this one's the brake. Yeah, this is the brake lever. Those are pretty nice. Those look nice on the bike. Those aside. Last box that we got in here is, this one's from, cover up my address. This one is from Rocky Mountain ATV, and sorry about that, you got a mess. These are the front wheel bearings. I got Tusk, so those will be pretty nice. Those will work out good. I got new seals for the bearings. This is the gas shutoff rebuild kit. This piece here was all rotted out. I'll probably replace the other gasket. That's a Tusk as well. And then I got a Motion Pro clutch cable. And that's the part number. The clutch cable on the bike was a little bit frayed where it connects to the clutch push rod on the bike. Let's install the Petcock. You can see here the original one is just brittle. It's just breaking. No good. So let's open this guy up. Petcock is done. The 426, I think, is just about done. Carburetor's in. It's been all rebuilt. The new clutch cable is in, as you can see there, and it's fully adjusted. Works really good. I put the breakaway handle on. I got a set of breakaway handles for this bike, and apparently this master cylinder has been changed out because the set that I bought for this bike, the master cylinder lever is much different than the one that's on here. This here has a center screw on a pivot type kind of deal, and the other one is just a plunger, an adjustable screw that hits the plunger. I looked it up online. I looked at the parts list for this bike. This is not the original master cylinder. So at some point someone changed it out. So I was unable to put that other breakaway lever on, which is kind of a bummer because it would have looked good with the blue. So I ended up going with this. If you remember correctly, this thing was hooked really bad from falling over. What I did was I put it in a vise, I heated it up with a torch, and then I bent it out. So now it's a functional handle again. Again, I'm just going to go with it. I'm not changing the master cylinder, and I'm not going to go buy another handle. So it is what it is. What else? I think that's pretty much it. I had it running the other day, and I took it for a ride, and it was really scary with the front wheel being loose and everything. So I put new wheel bearings in it. That's all set, and I had to tighten up the gooseneck bearings or the triple tree bearings. So I had to loosen the clamps here, loosen the big nut underneath there, and then there's a spanner nut under here, and then I tightened it up to take the play out of the front forks. And now everything is nice and tight. It turns really smooth. There's no play in it now. Honestly, it was really scary. I took it down in the woods, and that front end was flopping and clapping all over the place, and it was not fun to ride that way. But it's all fixed now. It's all nice and tight. Let me show you guys what the bearings look like in the front wheel. This is what they look like. Let me put them underneath the light so you can really see. These things were rusted solid, and there's a ton of play in them. They got play back and forth. I mean, they're probably the worst front wheel bearings I've ever seen. And I replaced the seals. Part numbers. I got Tusk wheel bearings, and this is the part number in case anyone's. Let me see if it's focused in case anyone's interested in purchasing these for their bike. And also I got the Tusk front wheel seals. Of course, they're made in China. Most everything's made in China now. That's the part number. So these worked out pretty nice. I replaced them. That's all set now. I didn't video it. I just wanted to kind of bang this thing out. I got tired of looking at it in the garage not being finished. So I just banged it out real quick, and I didn't record any of it. I'm sure there's tons of videos on how to replace the wheel bearings on a dirt bike. So let me put you guys in a stand, and let's see how easily this thing starts now that I have the carburetor built, because it was a real bear before. Oh, and I had a problem when I had it started the other day. I had an overheating problem. The bike kept overheating. I did read online that these motors run really, really, really hot, and you're not supposed to let them sit and idle at all. Not even no more than 30 seconds. I did look up online. I had put regular 50-50 mix antifreeze in this, which apparently is the wrong thing to do. And I looked online, and I guess that the regular 50-50 antifreeze has a boiling point of around 220 degrees. And these motors run super hot. And I guess from everything that I read, they said you want to put in a waterless antifreeze, which is a solid, straight antifreeze, no water at all. And the boiling point of that is 400 degrees. And it's a special antifreeze made for motorsports and diesel engines. So I ordered a half gallon of that online, and it should be here middle of next week. So I'm going to start this up, but I'm not going to let it run for very long because it's just going to boil over again. So if any of you guys out there have done engine work on these and you're having a problem with it overheating or puking antifreeze out of the overflow, that's what it is. You need to go with a waterless antifreeze, and it has to have a boiling point of 400 degrees. That's what I read, that's what I was told, so that's what I'm going with. Got the graphics kit in, bought it on eBay, made in the USA. It's a good kit. It's really thick vinyl, and that's what you want in a graphics kit because it's easier to install, because you need to use a heat gun and you need to shrink the plastic to get, or I should say the vinyl, to get wrinkles out. This is the kit. It's exactly like the original Yamaha kit. It's got the perforations in it. I think I said that right. And it's really heavy mill plastic, vinyl, sorry. This is the kit, part number, in case you guys decide you want to order it. I will leave a link in the description for the eBay seller that I bought this from, if anybody's interested. And let me just give you guys a look at what it looks like. I already did this side of the bike. Actually, let me, I don't really have a lot of room to move around in my garage right now. So this is what the graphics kit looks like. I think it looks really nice. We got the airbox cover graphic, the tank graphic, and the shroud graphic. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to finish this side. I already put the airbox graphic on, so what I have to do next is the tank and the shroud. I'm going to show you guys how to install the tank graphic. The shroud graphic I'll do off camera and finish this up. I don't want the video to be too long, but I want to show you guys how to install at least the tank graphic. The shroud graphic's a little more difficult, but if you can tackle the tank, you can do the shroud. And let me tell you, if I can do it, anyone can do it. So let me set you up in a stand, and we'll get started. We're going to start by removing the shroud. When I do the shroud graphic, I do it on the bike. It's just easier. First thing you want to do is you want to feel the tank. And there's a lot of nicks and bumps, and I want to knock those down because these stickers are really shiny, and if there's a lot of bumps and imperfections behind there, they're going to stand out in the sun. Also, I don't want any air bubbles behind here, and I want the graphic to stick, not peel off. So I'm just going to hit this stuff here, knock it all down. You know what? It's scratching the tank, but I don't care because you're not going to see it on the graphic. I'd rather have it smooth. Now I'm just scraping it with a razor blade, dragging it across, trying not to gouge. And if you look, you can see it takes soft material. You can see it there, the little curly cues. So it does take it down a little bit. Okay, you can see that it does take off material. Alright, I think that's good enough. I'm just going to clean it. A little soap and water, that's all this is. Just soap and water and a spray bottle. Make sure there's nothing on here. And when I say soap, it's just dish soap from the kitchen. That's all it is. Not a lot, a couple of drops. Alright, that looks good. Now I'm just going to test fit this to give me an idea of where it's going to sit, where it's going to lay. looks good. Now to put this on, I'm not going to tackle this thing all in one shot. What I'm going to do is I'm going to peel it back halfway, probably to about here. Now, you can go online and people will tell you different things. Some people like to put these on dry. I like to put them on wet, so that way there I can move it around if I don't get it perfect the first time, which I never do. So I'm going to wet everything really good. Not going to hurt anything. And I'm going to peel this back. And don't be afraid of this. It's not that hard to do. If you, like I said, if you buy good quality vinyl, it makes your life a lot easier. And you're gonna pay more for the good quality, so keep that in mind. Alright, so now I'm gonna peel it back halfway. So about there, I'm gonna soak it. It doesn't hurt the adhesive at all. This is actually how they put tint on windows, same way. And it gives me a chance to roughly line it up without committing fully to it. So now I can pull this down a little bit. I think we're in good shape right there. I think I can pull that right off. Right there. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go straight up the middle. I'm going to make contact all the way up the middle, which is the smoothest part, which is the concave of the tank right here. And I'll show you why I'm doing that. Because you need to work your way out, and you need to do it with a heat gun. We'll put a little heat on it and we'll start working it out. I won't worry too much about the top for now. I'm more worried about this bigger section here. The top I can move around. But this here we got to stretch. There's a seam it's got to bend over right here along the tank. So I'm going to concentrate on that right now, trying to form this vinyl to the seam. I'm not going to force it down yet. I just want to form it. Take your time. This isn't a race. You want it to come out good. Alright, now we're going to do the same here. Now I'm going to come down between these two areas where the shroud is. I'm going to come down in through there and get that to sit. And as you can see now, it's really stretched out here. But it'll lay down once I heat it up and I put force on it. You've got to be careful not to overheat though, because you'll burn right through it. Now there's a crease coming down, I'm going to work that crease. I want to set that crease so that this stays flat. I don't want this to come up. Now you can start pushing on it. Once you get this thing warm and pliable, you can start pushing on it. I'm going to keep going through the middle here, because that's going to be the hardest part to stretch. Just going to keep working. can see how it's stretching out here, and you push on it, and it's really, really tight. This is what I'm working right now. Just pushing it, working it in slowly, not rushing it. And you pull this out a little bit, get the crease down in like that. Work this fold in the tank. Now I'm going to put you back in the stand because I need the heat gun again. You guys take a look and see what that looks like now. As you can see, it's all stuck in there nice. Gotta do a little more setting, a little more heat gun. But now I'm gonna work the top crease, the bottom crease, and then around the fill neck. And I'm gonna do that right now. I'm gonna start here in this biggest section, setting this. So the heat gun does two things. It allows you to stretch the vinyl, and it also activates the adhesive. Makes the adhesive super tacky. So if you got an area where it's not sticking very well, you hit it with the heat, and then you push down on it for a few seconds, and it stays down, it doesn't come back up. Alright, let's get this area here. And that's it. That graphic's done. Looks really nice. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to throw the shroud on, put the shroud graphic on, and show you guys what the finished product looks like once I clean it all up. Make it look real pretty. Bike's all done. Came out amazing. It looks fantastic. I did a lot of stuff off camera, and that's because I just wanted to finish this thing. And when you're doing odds and ends to get the camera set up and all that, takes time and can be somewhat of a pain and a little tedious. So a lot of the little stuff I didn't record, so I'll go over it right now real quick. I installed new grips, throttle sleeve, brand new breakaway lever here, of course the grip. I bought breakaway levers for this bike. It's one of the other, one of the many things I did off camera. Graphics kit's on, looks amazing. The vinyl is probably the best I've ever worked with. I will definitely do business with that vendor again. Number plates are brand spanking new. Just got them, put them on. The antifreeze, I had a little bit of a problem with it boiling over, and I did some research, and I guess what people said in the forums is straight antifreeze, which is what they call a waterless antifreeze. So I got that, put it in. It's like 35 bucks for a half gallon or something. It was kind of pricey. I guess they use them in diesels, and I put it in there and it doesn't overheat anymore. So that problem is fixed. I had to rejet the carb. It was running a little bit lean. Did that. That's all set. Other than that, the bike's done. It looks fantastic. There's probably a lot of things I'm missing that I just can't remember. But I did a lot of work on this bike. It was a 4 or 5 part series, and I'm just glad it's done and can move on to the next project, which I had already started. I already did the tear down on the EX300, and I was just waiting on a few more parts, and we'll put that back together. So if you like the content, you want to see that bike be rebuilt, hit the subscribe button and you'll get a notification when it comes up, when I post it, and you'll be able to watch that as well. The before and after on this is right here. You can see that that's quite a difference. I mean, it's massive. The bike was basically a basket case. It was in boxes, and now it is back to a functioning, beautiful machine, and it's going up for sale today. You know, maybe I'll try this for any of the viewers out there live in the New England area and want to purchase this. Let me know in the comments below, or send me an email. My email is rcbgarage@gmail.com. Let me know. It's for sale. It'd be kind of cool to sell it to a viewer. I want to thank everybody for watching. Subscribe, share, like, tell your friends, all that good stuff. It helps, help spread my videos. I guess that's it on this one. Like I say, I got a few more projects going. I got another project that I have that I didn't show anybody yet, which I'm going to wait till I finish the 300EX, which is another pretty cool project. If you want to see that, again, subscribe. All right, again, I've been talking too much here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.